Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone, and the Commonwealth Games are set to begin in just 8 days in Birmingham, England. Coverage will be live and continuous on your home of champions. The British Virgin Islands, BVI, are gearing up to send their largest ever team to the Games. Headlining the 19-member roster is defending 400 meters hurdles champion Karen McMaster. The 25-year-old suffered a hamstring injury in his opening heat at the ongoing World Championships in Eugene, Oregon, a situation that caused him to withdraw from the semi-final round. His coach, Mark Elliott, says despite the setback, McMaster is keen to suit up in Birmingham and defend the title he won in 2018. This is how McMaster ensured that the BVI's first medal in Commonwealth history was gold.
Been on the podium in this event. Alan Pascoe, John Sherwood, Chris Akabusi in 1990, Samuel Matete 94. The British Virgin Islands have never won a Commonwealth medal of any colour. They are a group of islands devastated by the hurricane last autumn. What a boost it would be for everyone if Karen McMaster could produce something superb here tonight in this atmospheric Carrara Stadium. McMaster in 5. Bet, the former world champion, in 6. Jaheel Hyde, the talented young Jamaican, in 3. It's the kind of lineup that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand to attention. And Jaheel Hyde has gone out very, very quickly from lane 3. It's a steadier start from Karen McMaster. Nicholas Bett, the former world champion, 3rd from the left-hand side as you look at it there. He's gone out well. Still no move yet from McMaster, who is now just beginning to try and come into his running. Has Jaheel Hyde gone out too hard, too early? Now McMaster coming through the middle, back up onto the shoulder of Bett. It's the British Virgin Islander from the former world champion. And look at Jaheel Hyde on the inside. A battle royal from the two proud Caribbean nations. But this time, McMaster gets it right. He makes history for the British Virgin Islands. A wonderful performance. Tonight, Karen was the master. 48.25. It was very, very close in the shake-up for the bronze medal. Karen McMaster, though, no denying. At last, the British Virgin Islands are on the Commonwealth podium and they're right on top. Devastated by the hurricane, tormented by the tragedy of the loss.
Of course, Karen McMaster there. Lance, I'll start with you because you have been very, very close to a lot of the action. So can you share, your best moment about Karen McMaster?
Well, the fact is that he has been through a lot in his career because he lost his coach who died during a hurricane in the BVI, Dag Samuels. And he has had to completely change his training, first of all, his training base, and overcome the agony of not having that close father figure who brought you up from you were a teenager. So his success here was more than satisfying, the accomplishment. And this was a 1-2-3 finish for the Caribbean because Jeffrey Gibson, the Bahamian on the outside, comes in there and snatches the silver from Jaheel Hyde. So, it was a tremendous moment for the Caribbean in track and field at the Commonwealth Games, and a particularly satisfying result for Karen McMaster, who was crowning a very difficult period in his life with gold at the Com Games.
Yeah, George, and of course, despite Karen suffering with injuries, a bit unfortunate, how do you expect him to fare in Birmingham?
There's not a lot of time between now and the start of the Commonwealth Games and the first round heat, and he will not be thinking about glory, about defending that title. He'll be thinking about how healthy he will be for that first heat in that 400 meters hurdles. The competition around him, especially Jaheel Hyde, fresh off that personal best in Oregon, will be feeling as if the gold medal is within reach, because Jaheel Hyde especially will be looking and saying, well, I've run faster now than I've ever run before in my life. The putative gold medalist is hurt at this moment. he will be emboldened. So between now, the coach and his handlers will have to be working overtime to get Kyron in the state of health necessary to be able to defend that title. I just want to say that for a country the size of the BVI, I felt immense pride at seeing him win that gold medal for them at the last Commonwealth Games. And no disrespect to the other sports, but I'm especially pleased that the BVI got their first medal and their first gold on the track, because that's where it is really. Everything else germinates from what happens on the track. And he's a history maker. He's an exceedingly nice young man. He had a storming Diamond League season not so long ago, and then the hurricane, and then the coach passed. And for me, it's almost as if his progress, well, it's not my perception, it's reality, his progress got checked by virtue of that disappointment and that turmoil in his life at that time. So for me, his career has not settled down the right way yet for him to continue on the promise that he has shown, notwithstanding the fact that he's a reigning Commonwealth champion. If fit, it's his race to lose. But, you know, there's not a lot of time between now and that opening heat, as I said, for him to get right.
And to build on the BVI aspect of the point George is making as well, Chantal Malone, the long jumper, had gone close twice in 2014 and 2018, 4th and 5th. Has been for a long time a pretty solid long jumper globally, but she missed out on a medal. But the fact that she was able to get that close to a medal is a huge credit to BVI and the track and field program they have there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to see how the BVI does this year. As we continue our Commonwealth Games flashback, let's relive some of the best moments from the 2010 edition in Delhi.
I have much pleasure in declaring the 19th Commonwealth Games open.
Wrestling is back at the Commonwealth Games and back with a bang. It's a historic moment. The first ever Commonwealth Games gold medal in tennis goes to Anastasia Rodionova of Australia.
5.97 for Jen McIntosh, a games record.
Kyle Petty, the Canadian, 11.44, which actually is a world record.
Nancy Lang at 4.05.27, that equals the games record.
Benoit Huot is going to strike gold in the 100 freestyle in the S10.
Valerie Adams, and that sails us. Her previous games record mark 20.47.
Rebecca Agleton strikes gold, 4.05, the games record.
That's 2 out of 2 for Tom Daly in Delhi, a double gold.
A fine victory for Krishna Punia and a clean sweep of medals.
Saina Nehwal, match point down in the second game, has come back to win a home gold for India.
Patmore takes it. What a run by the Australian.
The Olympic, the world, and now the Commonwealth Games champion Nicole David.
66-64. That has to be one of the great netball games.
Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news and entertainment.